Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video I'm going to discuss about else and finally clause, and we'll discuss what are the classes provided by Python which you can use in exception handling. So how we can use else clause? Let's say here this is the line where we got the exception. If exception is available, then cursor will jump to this part, except part, and it will print whatever you want. But if you will write else clause, in else clause, that part of code you need to write. Suppose inside try block, whatever line or whatever code you write here, if it is good enough or it is not returning any exception, after that you can write the code in else clause. File is available here, my file.txt. Now exception is not there, so in else clause you can write the other code. Let's see, if you want to print what is the data available in my file, so what you can do is directly you can use f.read, and you need to close the connection of file. If we will talk about in database in upcoming lecture, I will let you know how we can use the exception handling in database also, and why we are closing the connection. So it is necessary to close the connection of any file or database. So inside else clause you can use this kind of code, whatever you want to perform after try block code. So let's say I have this file and I will write here something. This is my pen. This is a sentence I'm writing here, and the data I want to grab. So if you will run the program, you can see the output is this is my pen. So how this program is working? So first of all, cursor will go to this statement and it will check is file available or not. If the file is available, then it start the executing of other code of line. So it will jump to the else clause. If file is not available, then it will return an exception and it will jump to the except part. Let's say if I will use here underscore something and this file is not available, so you can see the output is no such file or directory. So it will jump to the except portion. Last is finally. Why we are using finally and what is the use of finally? So finally is a block where we can write the code which we need to perform, or we can say it is a mandatory part of the program. So let's say if I will write here something print end of the program, if I want to execute it, it's not depend on try or accept or this statement, whatever it will return. So this is definitely it will execute this block. Let's say if file is here, you can see available, and I want to perform some operation on this file, I will write the operation in else clause, and then finally I want to execute some other code, so we can put it into finally. So you can see if file is available, then else clause is working, and then finally part is also printing. So you can see the output is end of the program. So if the file is not available, or we can say if exception is there, so how it will work? You can see the cursor jump to the except statement and then it jump to the finally. So finally means this block definitely will execute if exception is available or not. So it's not depend on that kind of situation. So now we will see what are the classes available of exceptions. In last video, as I discussed, input output error, zero division error. In same manner, you can see or you can visit this link doc.python.org/2/library/exception.html. So you can see here exception is the base class, or we can say the base exception. So after that, standard error, arithmetic error, buffer error, lookup error, and lots of the classes available which we can use for handling the various kind of exceptions. Key error, keyboard interrupt, memory error, name error, this kind of error which is provided by Python, and we can handle it. Now the next point is you can raise the error, or if you want to raise any error in your program, I will tell you with an example. So I will create a file which is bat file. So you know very well what is the use of batch file. We'll create a virus.batch and let's finish it. Okay, I want to create this file. You can see batch file here. If you are doing a programming or you are making an antivirus, so what you have to do is you need to check all the extensions of the file. So if I want to handle these kind of exceptions, so what we can do, inside try block we will open first of all this virus.bat. So f equals open and the file name is virus.bat. And now what I can do is I will create f.name. If the file name is virus.bat, this kind of file is there, then what I need to do is I want to raise an error at that time. So if you are making that kind of conditions whenever you want to raise an exception, so you can raise itself also. So raise, and let's say I will raise an exception, so we can use raise exception. And for try block it is mandatory to write a accept block. So here I will write the accept block and exception. I will print something, print not valid file. In this way we can create. How this code will work? So first of all, cursor will come to the try block and it will check the file is available or not. If file is available, like virus.bat file is available, then it will go to the second statement and it will check here if file.name, the name of file is this, then it will raise the exception. So the cursor will jump to the exception part. So you can also raise the exception. It's depend on your conditions. So if I will run this program, you can see the output is not valid file. So you are confusing here. I'm getting 3 lines. So I will comment the upper part of the code and then it will be very easy to understand. So our code is only these 4 lines. So you can see the output is not valid file. So it depends on your conditions, you can create your file. So in next video we will discuss about how we can create our own exception, more about raise. Thanks for watching.